Namaste, beautiful yogis. Welcome to Ali Kamenova Yoga. I'm Ali, and I'm inviting you to join me in this class that combines strength, alignment, posture, somatic awareness, a little bit of cardio, core, and a lot of spinal rotation and spinal mobility work. This class is a part of the new program I started, and I will invite you to join it as well. It's on my website, Conscious Strength. It is a beautiful program that is meant to work on your strength, on your mobility, on your posture, on your core, but also on your embodiment, your kinesthetic intelligence, somatic awareness. So I feel bone strength, you name it, joint strength, you name it. How we fire up the joints, how we fire up the muscles. So I invite you to join me today, and also for the entire program on my website. It is a lot of fun. It is very exciting. I'm in many ways innovating all the new poses, so you are not going to be bored. You will need some equipment, some dumbbells and kettlebells for the entire program, because we are doing some of the HIIT exercises, so the jumping with the weights, which super boosts our workouts and creates strength training. And I hope to see you on my website, and let's begin, and let's flow with love, strength, and ease. Starting at the front, let's do a few circles here. So we're gonna bring the arms behind the head, open the chest, lift, press the elbows back and out, and release. Feet pointing forward, toes wide open. When I say feet forward, I always tell you that means outer edges of the feet point forward. Go away. And we're going to circle and open and release. Circle and open and release. Circle and open and release. Bring the arms behind the head. Lift through through your sternum and release. Open, release. Open, release. Get yourself in a pattern here. Sometimes I would want you to record yourself during the beginning, just for you to look at your footwork. I'm gonna guess that a lot of you are still opening your feet out, so close them in. Release. Open, release. Open, release. Open, release. Now let's involve spinal rotation. So we're gonna open to the right, to the left, release. Open to the right, release. Open, 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 open. See how we're rotating while the feet are not moving. They're staying where they are. So we're using the spine here. Now we're gonna open to the front, and as we release, we're gonna twist. Open to the front, and as we release, we're gonna twist. All those patterns are recording in your body. Open, twist, open, twist, open, twist, open, twist, open, twist, open, twist. Open, twist, open, twist. Beautiful. Let's just flap the arms around using momentum, looseness. And next, hands behind the head. They're not clasping, fingers are easy, so you're not putting pressure on your head, on your fingers, etc. Have openness and ease. Elbows out and back, toes open, feet forward. Look in the mirror if you have it available, just to make sure that you're actually having your feet forward. There was two things when I was teaching more live classes, that no matter how many times I said it in class, unless the people were regulars, the regulars were phenomenal. I had some regulars in the two parts in LA I was teaching a lot, and those regulars were better aligned than me, just because I was a little bit of the alignment police. And the regular girls were ridiculous. But the people that were in and out of kind of coming sometimes and sometimes not, feet or hand alignment was always off. So that's something that you have to put your mind to, because people can align you and can help you with alignment guidance, but it's very good through the classes. So you tune in on the computer, you're at home and you're motivated to do your class quickly every day or almost every day, for you to develop that feedback, that you can look at yourself and see your alignment. So that's very important. So here we're going to have the hands here and bring over to one side, and see when you reach over to the right, you are staying in one plane. If you had a wall behind you, you're trying to have your shoulders and hips relatively to the wall, your heels relatively to the wall, and the outer edge of the left foot down, so you're not tipping over. You're actually planting your feet opposite side. Again, this is developing one of the directions of the spine. Side bending in one plane. Do a few of those, feeling your feet work. Elbow to foot alignment. All right, now I want finger to foot alignment. Now we're gonna twist and rotate. Rotate and look behind. So right hand to the left leg, left hand to the right leg, and continue. This is more about spinal rotation here than holding the pose. And really elongate. Elongate, look up towards your fingers, elongate, and change at your own speed. You can slow it down. We're gonna stay here for a few more seconds. All right, now flat plane rotation. Hands out, rotate, hands out, change, hands out, rotate. Your hips are following here with your shoulders. Your feet are standing on the ground, they're not shifting. All of this communicates to your body of how to kinesthetically align, so how the joints align in your body, in space. You're constantly recording your alignment consciously when you're on the mat. A lot of people become completely disconnected from the body that don't work out. We're not doing that. We're doing the opposite. We are in the body, not through the intelligence. So you're not constantly thinking, oh, what is my shoulder doing? What is my... Your body is developing intelligence. So I'm coming back to basics, explaining those things, because now I'm a beginner in rope flow, and all of those things are explained. And I know that I've explained them sprinkled in the classes through the years, but here again. All right, now do the same, but turn your the hands forward. The palms of the hands now, they're facing forward. Drop the shoulders down, chest open, and now turn the palms up. So we're working with the wrists as well. Look at the direction of your hands. All right, now we are going to reach side Right hand down the right leg, left arm up to side. Change. One, elongate, feet planted on the ground, opposing. So right fingertips to outer edge of the foot planted. You feel that. You feel that and you change. Feel that. Feel that. That creates kinesthetic intelligence here. My new favorite term, I mentioned to you that my brother sent me a video about the 6 forms of intelligence, and I realized him and I are both very high percentage in the kinesthetic intelligence. I'm obsessed with the intricacy of movement. Thanks to my job, maybe I wouldn't have stuck with it as much had I not become obsessed with yoga teaching. All right, this is beautiful because it's developing all of this feedback in your somatic, in the somatic movement, so in your body. Here we're gonna step the feet just a little wider so that now we can pivot on the footpath. So you're gonna reach with your left hand up and over and twist and let your foot follow. Let your hip follow, shoulder follows, and change. You can slow it down and just drop in the body. So you are present like a dancer in your body. You're not nitpicking the movement. You're not thinking, okay, so where's my hip? Should I do this? You are letting your body do it for you. You're just being in your body. It's a form of intelligence too. Somatic awareness, somatic awareness, I would call it. So change. This ideally will change the way you walk. All right. Whew. Shake it out, shake it out. Shake it out first with just kind of like the warm move, I think in kids yoga. And now shake, drop onto the heels and shake. You can look up, you can open the palms up. And shake, drop onto the heels, shake, shake, shake until it ricochets in your body. That's why I want you to drop on the heels and be on firmish ground rather than a trampoline. Woo! All right, come into standing and you just, I feel how everything in my body is oscillating from all the movement we did. Now come to the front, if you're not at the front, feet facing forward, and we're going to draw circles with the elbows. Again, I'm gonna face you, but you don't, you can stay however you want to. So circles with the elbows, feet forward. Feel your joints. Now we're gonna do figure eights with the hips and shoulders, with the elbows. So everything is drawing a figure eight. Elbows are drawing a figure eight. The shoulders together as two are drawing a figure eight. The outside of the shoulder is drawing a figure eight, and your hips are drawing a figure eight. So there is a lot of infinity in your body here. And don't overthink it. If you're being, for example, if this feels a little less coordinated, just do circles. So just so that you're not overthinking it and you're not getting in your head. I want you to be in your body. The more you practice, the more realized your practice becomes, the more you drop in the body, the more movement becomes a part of of your body becomes intelligent, more intelligent. The more embodied you become. So trauma leaves the body when we enter the body, when more of the psyche enters the body. That's why you hear trauma-based mind control. It is a known phenomenon that children become psychic in the unfortunate and terrible and tragic events of trauma. So the body knows, the psyche knows to protect itself, the soul knows to protect itself by leaving the body so that it doesn't get too fragmented. Fragmentation happens, the person becomes disembodied, yes, and so when we slowly and gently bring ourselves back in the body through yoga, we begin to heal those places that store the trauma. Big subject. But really important to keep yourself in the body, because that's a part of our soul growth, soul evolution. Beautiful. All right, this was a big warm-up, huge warm-up. Let's go into the yoga now. Chair and reach your hands over the head. You can look down and lengthen the back of the neck, and you can look up to whatever suits your body today. If you clasp your fingers, drop your shoulders down. Down into a full squat. Here, I want you to bring your your armpits forward onto the knees and kind of pull forward. It pulls the arms forward and it really stretches the shoulder blades, the back, and just rock here for a moment. Use as much as possible your foot here. Let me know. I don't always get to hear from you because I think the commenting on the website is difficult. But let me know how your foot feels here. Maybe comment on the YouTube video if you prefer that, if it's an easier format. How your foot feels here. Can you drop your heels? Do you feel balance here? Do you feel like you're tipping forward? Do you feel your ankle stretch here? All right, from here we're gonna bring the hands behind the head, and you can round the back and open. Round. This is advanced. And open. Now, can you do that, or is it very difficult? If it's very difficult, that is the ankle flexibility. It might mean onto the tippy toes and just one arm and the other for balance. You could adjust it that way, or forget the top part of the body and just work on stretching the ankles. So for the more stretched out ankles here, you can deepen this. Now knees have to stay in. All right, one more alignment thing, and I'm gonna move with the more advanced or more strenuous sequence. I see people do this online a lot. They show their mobility and all of that, and it's great, but oftentimes when we go into a deep squat, you will see the feet buckle, just the arch give in, and people would go like that, and the feet would just drop in, ankle drops in, and all of that. So that is something you can work on through yoga. You don't have to just let your body figure it out through immobility, being immobile, but maybe in okay health. So you can use a mirror again, or you can use your kinesthetic awareness and drop down, lift your arches, use your feet, use this house, keep your toes spread, and come down into a squat. You can hug your knees here and open the chest. Activating the feet, it's very important. If you learn to do this one squat, it can relieve a lot of joint pain for you, provided you don't have an active injury anywhere in the joints, like knees, hips, lower back, etc. But that mobility piece can keep you very, very healthy for a really long time, or add to your joint health. Now grab your big toes. We're gonna go into yoga here a little bit, and we're gonna straighten the legs and go into a forward fold and lower down. I'm just having a renewed appreciation for yoga due to taking beginner classes on YouTube for rope flow and club bells. I'm just realizing many things, because I have forgotten to be a beginner, and all of a sudden now I feel this desire to be a beginner in all these new areas, and I'm realizing the genius of yoga and also the particular craft of teaching. I take someone's class and I just don't know what the hell they're saying. I mean, it will be 20 minutes of explaining one move and I can't get it from them. I go to a 1-minute video from someone else and just bam. So that is the craft of teaching. Especially movement. Teaching movement is very particular. You know, it's something I've been doing for quite a while. So we're gonna straighten again and just feel your joints. Feel how you position yourself in space. Where are your hips here? In a forward fold, holding your big toe, feet forward, head down. Where are you in space? Where is your butt, hips, spine, shoulders, stomach? Now, instead of squatting, look ahead with a straight spine. Look ahead with a straight spine, and we're gonna fold and lengthen the spine a little more. One more time. Look ahead and fold. One more time. Look ahead and hinging with a hinging motion. Fold and let your head drop. Ooh. Let your face muscles relax. Inhale ahead, hands on the ground. Same, I want you to align. Fingers open, bases of each finger planted on the ground. The thumb is pressing, so don't lift your thumb or the space between the index and the thumb off the floor. And you're gonna step into plank. While you're in plank, drop your shoulders, pull the belly in, press the heels away from you, or you could be on the tippy toes if you want to, and try both of those. They're fun. One lends a little more hand to hollow plank. One is more that straight plank that's very difficult. That was my signature for many, many years. And press your thumbs down. Here, really look down at your hands since they're right in front of your eyes and see, is the space between the pad or the flank between your index and your thumb, is it pressed down? And from here I want you to drop your pull your elbows inward so that your shoulders open. And chaturanga, and up dog, and chaturanga, and down dog. 5 nice breaths here. Let your spine unwind from its patterns. Spread the toes open, press the base of each finger again, repress it, down. Through that particular hand alignment, you're gonna strengthen your wrists, your forearms, and your shoulders. You will position your neck better.
chest and back better when you're standing. This also unwinds the spine from certain misalignments. Deep breaths here, empty, pull the belly in. And we're gonna bring the right foot in front of the left foot. Walk the hands behind, forward fold. Breathe into that left buttocks area. Back to down dog. Unwrap the legs and opposite side. Walk back. Push back into the hips. Here, forward fold. And back to down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Step it through, warrior one. And let's do a few rotations of the arms here, backwards. Like paddling. Great, and reach up. Hands in prayer, warrior one. Warrior three. Hands in prayer, warrior three. Left leg comes parallel to the floor. Turn the back foot down, flexing the foot. And left hand down, right arm up. Revolving half moon. And lower the chest over the right leg. Standing splits. And plank. Press the fingers down, reawaken that alignment in the hands. Press out the base of each finger down. Chaturanga, up dog. Chaturanga, down dog. Left leg comes up. Step it through. Warrior one, a genius pose. Soften the rib cage. Footwork. And let's open the arms out and rotate them backwards. Softening, loosening up here, loosening up the spine and the entire chain, kinetic chain. Great. Rotating that right hip inward. And hands in prayer, warrior three. I have not been in a warrior three. Now that I'm entering it, I'm realizing that I haven't done one in months. So it feels like an old but also a new pose. Let's take the right hand down, left arm up, push that back heel up, straight up. That all comes from the posterior muscles, hamstring, glutes, etc. Lots of hamstrings here. So see how much you can use your muscles to lift that heel, straighten that leg. Beautiful. And lower down into splits. One standing splits. And plank. Press the fingers down. Chaturanga. Up dog. Chaturanga. Down dog. Take full advantage of down dog. Feel the unwinding of the spine, of the fascia, supportive muscles, etc. Everything comes out of its upright, maybe hunched over, twisted in one direction pattern. So here we're unpatterning, repatterning. You know, the way there was gravity boats and upside down tables. For the spine, this also does that. And when you do it throughout the practice, sprinkled, it's very beautiful. And from here, we're going to take top of a push-up plank or chaturanga-ish plank. We're going to do a push-up with a knee tuck. Step it back, jump to the front, feet forward, squat, and hop. So try not to do that squat that we practice. Try not to buckle in and squat. Squat properly. And then lower down, top of a push-up, in between top of a push-up and chaturanga. Jump back and take the other side push-up with a knee tuck. Jump in, and again, you can pause the video and grab your phone and put the camera in front of you and see your alignment, because there's always more that I want in this one from everybody, including I always have to work on it. And that's the beauty of it. We're never there. We're always on our way arriving there. It's a journey, it's a process. Yoga is like taking a shower, washing, I don't know, your hair, or whatever the analogy, brushing your teeth. You're never done. Tomorrow we have to do it again. Hop, opposite side, push up and hop, push up and hop, push up, hop, push up, and hop, push up, push up, and come up to standing. Hands facing forward, standing here, feet hip width apart. Chair. And we are going to go into deadlifting squats with, I'm doing it with my heaviest weight that I have. That I have here prepared. I'm sure there is weights here, but I just tend to use this 20-pound kettlebell because deadlifting is very particular based on technique. If you're uncertain, always start without weight, and you can add small weight. All right, so this one, you're gonna take stance, whether you're using dumbbells or kettlebells, even bars can work here, etc. You are going to have feet forward, foot activation, toe spread. You're going to take the left leg behind onto the toes, hinging at the hips. You're gonna lower down here and come up, pushing through that heel. Opposite side, same thing. And because we're alternating, you continuously have to check in with your feet and alignment. Deadlifting is a very particular movement. It requires your legs to work and to do the work. So it's all legs and nothing else. The rest is just alignment. It's all your front leg. It's all your front leg, and the footwork determines whether you're using your butt or not. So alternating, hinging at the hips. So you're being very stiff in the way you hinge. You're not loosey-loose here. You're strict. And continue. Push through that front. Push through that front. Push through that front. And finish off. Last rep. Woo. Gorgeous. All right, just for teasers, I'm gonna grab my club bell, but you can grab your dumbbell here or your kettlebell, but lighter. Just a more lighter weight, 20. It's a little heavy right now for this. Step at the front, weight in the hands. I'm gonna take the left leg back. Lower the left knee down so you can stretch that left hip flexor. Shift your weight back, shoulders over the hips. And we're going to reach up and down, twist and back, and step to the front. Opposite side. Alignment. Spread the toes open, knee down. Push your torso, shoulders over the hips, reach up, reach to the side, and step in and continue. A few of those. Balance, of course, is required here. Change. Couple more. This is again to develop better walking. We're working with all the joints and the kinetic chain, the kinesthetic alignment.
tracking how the joints track. So this is developing everything. Make sure your feet are forward and only forward. There is no option here. If they're not forward, it doesn't count. You're just, you're not strengthening those, the chain. Oof, it's gorgeous. Great. All right. Leave it behind, leave it down. And I'm gonna throw in today that same pose we did yesterday, your exercise, which I have been boasting about. So grab your weight. Now if you have not been doing my latest program, grab lightweight, because you have to work up to this. But I'm gonna grab my heaviest weight, which is my 20-pound kettlebell, and I am going to do my footwork, feet forward. I'm gonna step back into one-sided lunge, back lunge. I'm gonna hop here. The lower your knee goes, the higher the range, and I'm gonna second time hop, knee up, and I'll continue for 4 to 8 reps. That's it. That's bone development, muscle development. It's like doing squats on steroids. 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm shaking, 7, and 8. Opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo, I feel it. I'm slightly fatigued today because yesterday was big, but also I'm noticing that if I want this type of everyday output, I need to get my carbs in larger quantity. And yesterday I felt lower on carbs. Take a breather. While you're taking a breather, shift your weight side to side, activating the 4 corners of the feet. So you're gonna lift your toes and feel the outer and inner edge of the front pad and the heel, activating. When you move through the heels, activating the hamstrings into the jaw. When you activate the inner pad, pelvic floor, outer pad, legs, feel it. And groove to it. Just give it a little bit of give it a whirl. Is that the same? Hula? Beautiful. All right, so that is bringing water and light into the fascia. From here, we are going to, I'm tempted to not do the class too long so it's accessible. So we're going on the ground for more twists and such. Yes, it is class. Plank.
chaturanga. Lower down onto your belly, open the arms out, and give me a few scorpions. Opposite foot, back and cross your body to opposite, and just a few. Last one. And here, let's work a little bit on the shoulders. Bring your arms just a little closer to you so that when you straighten them, the shoulders are up, and you're gonna lean into one side and then into the other and push into that shoulder blade. Self mini adjustment. Beautiful. All right. From here, flip over, lay down. Trying to fix my mic. Okay. They're very funky, these mics with my brass. All right, lay down if you're not, and let's start with a supine twist. Left knee across, shoulders down, soften, change, prepare a lighter weight. I may pose this to the public, so that's why lighter would be advisable. If you join the membership, the classes, I go with my heavyweight, but here lighter is okay. And from here, we're going to lower the lower back onto the ground, pull the belly in, feet onto the ground, activate the pelvic floor, and you weight that's appropriate for you, lighter, you're gonna lift it up, and then you're gonna bend your elbows and reach slightly back, as far back as you can without letting the lower back off the floor. So this gives you more resistance, more work, and here we're going to bicycle the legs. From here, we're gonna lift the tailbone off the floor and bring one leg towards the weight. 1, 2, 3, alternating. 4, 5, 6. The whole time you're holding everything in. And leave your weight. Here we're gonna do a little bit of my somatic, one of my favorite somatic ab moves. Legs open and close, and you isometrically contract, you really connect. You lift your pelvic floor, you engage your core, touch it. Is it super firm? It has to be. It must be. If it's not, I do recommend my somatic Pilates program from last summer. It was fabulous. It's a whole nother level of awakening the core. Very easy too. It was very easy because it was working in, not working out. As you can tell, I look like I'm doing nothing. So it's not exceptionally exhausting, but it does require a lot of focus. And it is difficult. Whew. All right. Happy baby. Plough.
shoulder stand. And lower down, feet apart, and we're gonna drop the knees to one side, look away from the knees, drop to the other, look away, and lay down. And take a moment to integrate everything you learned on a physical level, on a somatic level, to integrate the lessons. Again, the lessons are in the body, not in your head. So it's not thinking about it. It's allowing yourself to be still and present in your body in this moment, and empty-minded if possible. And there's layers and levels and ways to be empty-minded, from counting your breath to just being exhilarated from moving. That usually creates the state too. But just a moment of breath and rest. And you can hum a song, your favorite song, breath, etc. Just so that you are present here, integrating. And remember to flow with love, strength, and ease.